What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. I made a video yesterday talking about how I'm gonna give Steam a second shot, Steam OS a second shot. And for whatever reason, the video turned out it was like flickering or something. So there was something wrong with the video. A lot of people told me about it. So I went ahead, took the video down, and you know me, I don't really remake videos or edit videos, so I just let the video die. I think like 500 people got to see that video, so if you saw it, cool. If you didn't see it, it's okay. Today is a recap of that video plus more information, okay? So essentially what happened was I went ahead and installed SteamOS on my Asus ROG Ally, and I literally had it installed for maybe a few hours. I installed it at night, played with it for a few hours, woke up in the morning, played with it again before I went to work, and then to me it was like pointless compared to Steam Big Picture mode. I didn't see the complete difference between Steam OS and Steam Big Picture mode. The only thing I saw was the downside of having Steam OS when instead of having Steam Big Picture mode, which also allows you to also use Windows and all that other stuff. There's a lot of people in the gaming space that can't stand Windows or hate Windows, especially I keep hearing Windows on handheld, Windows is made for handheld, Windows on handheld is garbage. I've never had a problem with Windows on handheld. To me, it was never that big of an issue. But I listen to what people say because I can be ignorant to some things. And people were telling me, Doc, you got to give it more time. Try it again. So I did. I downloaded SteamOS again on my Asus ROG Ally. And this time around, it was extremely easy because this flash drive here has SteamOS. So literally, I told my son, like, hey, if you want the SteamOS on your Lenovo Legion Go, let me know, dog. We'll go ahead and do it. It's literally right in here. So I didn't reformat this or anything. So it was extremely easy to put SteamOS back on the Asus ROG Ally. The very first thing that I can tell you is this. When I wiped when I wiped my Asus ROG Ally and I put SteamOS on it the first time, it felt like a daunting and scary process because I'm not like computer or tech savvy that way, but I was still able to figure it out because it's literally step-by-step guide. So, okay, I figured it out. Okay, I was afraid I might have bricked the system or whatever the case may be, but I didn't. Figured it out. It was perfectly fine. When I first logged into Steam OS, same thing. It was pretty easy to log in. It was pretty fast. I forgot how much of a pain it is to log into Windows until I had to put Windows back on this. So I had to put Windows back on this, and that was a process. Holy cow, that was an incredible process putting Windows back on this and loading everything up and going through the process of setting up Windows. So I remembered that, but I knew what I was going to get at the end, which is a handheld that has Windows and also has SteamOS on it. Okay. When I saw you guys' comments that said, hey, Doc, give SteamOS another shot, I got it already on a flash drive, so I didn't have to do all that other stuff with the flash drive. I didn't actually have to look things up. I knew exactly what I was going to do when I went into the BIOS, plugged it in, went into the BIOS, booted it from the actual USB, the boot, disabled security boot, and booted it up. I'm not going to lie. It was phenomenal. It was incredibly fast. And that's installing SteamOS on this. So I can only imagine how much faster it is to set up a handheld that comes out of the box with SteamOS. It's literally just what language, what Wi-Fi, log into Steam, boom, you're in. What language, what Wi-Fi, log into your Steam account, boom, you're in. It's literally that simple. So that was the first thing I saw. Like, okay, I really understand the ease of use of Steam is really a thing. Got it. I don't see myself ever needing to go into desktop mode. But if you do want to go to desktop mode, there is a desktop mode, which I didn't really know that the Steam Deck could do that. But apparently the Steam Deck does have a desktop mode. Why would you want to go into desktop mode, you ask? Well, I asked the community what are different things that I could do to make my SteamOS experience better. And some people said, hey, Doc, you need Decki Loader. Okay, I went ahead and I downloaded Decki Loader. That was also a little bit weird trying to navigate Windows or trying to navigate Linux with the freaking pad or whatever. I actually didn't even know that if you press X, the keyboard pops up. I didn't know that. So I actually connected a Bluetooth keyboard to this, and that's how I was doing it. Okay, but if you press X, you can actually do it. But downloaded Decki Loader. Okay, Decki Loader was pretty cool, whatever. But then remember in my original video, I said that the difference in performance between the SteamOS and the Asus ROG Ally, running Windows, whatever, was only like a few FPS or whatever. What I didn't know is that apparently you're not using the entire TDP power of your Asus ROG Ally if you have SteamOS unless you download a plugin that can actually crank up the TDP of your Asus ROG Ally. So I learned how to do that via a Decki Loader. So I downloaded, I forgot what it's called. I'll actually turn it on real quick. Oh, by the way, when you turn it on, it just turns on and goes right back in. So yes, it is faster. But what's this thing called? Let me see. Oh, Simple Decki TDP is called, and you could set the watts to, whatever you want. I'm playing Expedition 33 right now, and I'll turn up the brightness, and I got this bad boy locked at 60, unplugged, which is like crazy when you think about it. Now this is the original Asus ROG Ally, so the battery is not the best in this, and people tell me, hey, just get a battery mod, which I can. But if you see the top right corner, yeah, this bad boy is running at 60. Very smooth, no problems, no issue. Takes advantage of the VR screen and everything, and yeah. So the FPS issue that I was saying like wasn't that big of a difference. Listen, I can admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong too. When I played Expedition 33 via Windows, I wasn't getting a lock 60, and I was trying everything to get a lock 60. With SteamOS, I'm getting a lock 60 even unplugged. But I can also push the TDP of this all the way to 30 even unplugged. Yes, it kills battery life, but I usually play plugged in anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. So that was another huge advantage. The other thing, the quick resume like feature. The only downfall, I guess, to the quick resume like feature is that it makes me want to play on this more than my PC, just because, again, as soon as I turn it on, you see I'll hit the button. It doesn't have to register my fingerprint or anything. It just goes in. I'm literally like, back in the game. I mean, that is pretty convenient. Where like if I gotta stop the game, I just I'm playing. You know what? Boom, I just turn it off. Boom, and then that's it. And go to sleep. And it is like they say a proper sleep mode. That's also very beneficial. So far, so good. Will me not having access to Game Pass be a deciding factor to go back to Windows? I don't know. Maybe on the handheld, I'll keep it like this. I don't foresee myself doing this on my PC. I just don't. Not yet. And now other people are telling me, Doc, try Bazite. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But I know that for this now, the way I see this, PC gaming or whatever, I will definitely buy Juju a Steam Deck or Lenovo Legion Go S Steam Edition, because that's something that he's going to be able to use quick like that, and it's just like using a console. So, okay, so far so good. We'll see. I know you guys are going to call me a flip-flopper, but it is what it is. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. Hopefully this video is not flickering. We out. Peace.